Hi everyone, welcome back to another video in this sort of series from this wooden, I think I called it wooden shelf or something, I can't remember now, but we've got this really cute little plant to do today. It's in a cup, which is quite fun. And we could, these little ones, we could do them as flowers or as leaves. I haven't decided yet. I thought I would get on with the cup. Now we've done 3 different shades of blues so far. So we're going to do a bit of a mix, I thought, for this one, which might be a bit different. Probably not use these blues because they're right next door. But maybe mix this one with the first one. You can't see it in shot. But just have a little bit of a mix up. So I'm going to have a grab of a few different pencils and we'll see how we get on. I've just picked a random 3 blues and I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to start, oops, they don't want to sit still. Going to start with the phthalo blue colour and just get going really. So we'll do this edge. And I want to do them all in a very similar method of colouring, which I have shown you, where we put more layers on the edge and then less in the centre. And it gives the impression that the pot is a little bit shiny, or the cup in this case, but also gives it a bit of shape. I'm just going over in a second layer. I think polys like to be layered up a bit. Could be nice to do a few layers. You can press hard, but it's nicer, I think, to layer it up a little bit. So I hope everyone's doing okay. It's Monday morning here, recording this one. Quite a sunny May morning, and I've actually got the day to myself. Normally on a Monday I have one of my sons comes home in the afternoon, but he's staying at college. Well, he's not. He's going into town after college because an old school friend of his is back. She moved away, and she's back for a sort of long weekend. So he's going to his class this morning, and instead of coming home to study this afternoon, he's going out with her and some other friends, which is nice. I would worry if he did it all the time and didn't do his study, but he said he's going to study tonight, and I'm now going to use the Ultramarine. So it's a little bit of a different blue to use, but I thought we could just put them together. They'll look a little, they won't sort of tone in together, but I think it'll work. It'll just be a bit different. Yeah, so he said he's going to study a bit tonight. He hasn't got loads of work. Actually, what happened was his brother studied at the weekend and he didn't, because he said, oh, I've got Monday, and he didn't realise until Sunday and plan this. But his brother has done the work because it's maths and they're in the same maths set, and his brother found it really easy. So he knows it's not going to be too tricky. So that's quite useful. I'm trying to make this look like it's got a little bit of shape. It's quite hard with such a small thing. So I'll talk you over what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it darker down here by adding layers and up to there, then sort of fading it a bit, but putting a darker bit at the bottom of the handle there, and then a lighter bit at the top. And we can use the darker blue that we've got here. The, oops. Is it there, the Indanthrene blue, and emphasise that. I'm just going to give this one a sharpen though, so we're going to have to get into that small area. The joy with the polys is that you can get them really sharp and the ends don't snap. So we get that in there, and we'll go all the way around this handle with this darker colour. My neighbour's playing the piano. I don't know how loud it is now I'm in this room, whether I need to think about shutting the door or not. It's a bit tricky. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't want it to be heard on the video. So I may just shut the door. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I'm coming back. It's taking me a minute to move. There we go, sorry. I could have stopped the video, couldn't I? And my pencil has nearly rolled off the back of the desk. Oh, it rolled right to the edge and stopped, luckily. Okay, so here's the Indanthrene blue. I can still hear it a little bit, but I think it's okay. I'm just worried. It's not that I want to deprive you of hearing music, and he plays really well, but it's just I'm worried about being copyright striked by YouTube. So, so I have to be careful. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just putting some darker bits on the edges, and I think we want some shadow under some of these. I'm thinking, shall we make it look like this is textured, like I think we did with this pot here, look. So what we can do is put some darker pencil underneath each of these scalloped bits, and if we layer that up a bit, it'll look like shadow, and it'll look like that's standing out a bit. And I think I'm just going to do that on this bit too. Why not? Let's just have some fun, play around with the texture a little bit. We can do a bit under there as well. Let's have a look. Does it need it at the top? I think we need a bit more. Kind of layer it up. I'm trying not to press really hard. I'm trying to just layer, because if we push down too hard, we make a dent in the paper, and that goes through to the other side, and so it can impact our colouring on the other side. Okay, so I'm happy now with my little cup, and I'm thinking about these. I'm thinking I am going to do them as flowers, because this plant, that looks like leaves, and this one has got no flowers on. So I thought if I do this one with some pink, it will just bring a different colour into the mix towards this end of the shelf. That's my thinking. So let's have a look. What pink should we do? Now they're quite small, so I'm not going to do a big lot of different pinks. I think we'll do, let me see. Yeah, we'll do the light red violet just because I picked it, and then we'll do a slightly lighter pink on the tips. I think it's what we've done, I think, for the others anyway. It's a bit darker here. These almost look like berries, don't they? But I'm just colouring them in the same colour as the flowers, just to keep it consistent through the page and to sort of keep to our limited colour palette. I hope it's going to sort of make it work and sort of all work together when we've finished the page. So just trying to put a darker bit at the bottom but colour the whole thing. It's not really going very dark, so I'm going to go back through and just darken those base parts again. So anyway, I was telling you about my children. They're doing really well. We've got half term coming up next week, which is half term is they get a week off. I'm just choosing a paler colour for the top. I think I'm going to use this one. This is the light purple pink. It's quite a pale colour. Just going to bring it into the tips. Now you could do a little bit of white pen on the on these to give a little highlight, which might look nice. I haven't done it on any of the other flowers, so I'm sort of reluctant to suddenly introduce them now. And I haven't done any on any of the, you know, I could put some down the sides of the cups to make them look shiny and things like that, and the pots and things, but I haven't. So I'm a little reluctant to suddenly introduce. I'm thinking those bottoms still aren't dark enough. I'm going to grab a darker colour. What should I grab? I should go for the magenta. I think we'll go for the magenta. It's like a sort of really dark pink. And just pop a little bit right in the bottom. I just want to more obvious contrast. I know it's going to be a really similar colour to the pink flowers next to it, because that was magenta, I think. But I'm going to now take this lighter one, the light purple pink, and go back over them again. Sort of brighten, really. Looking a bit dark. There we go, let me have a little look. Yeah, now we have only been 10 minutes in this one, so I'm thinking, actually I think I might leave that for today, because the next pot I think we'll do, tomorrow we'll do the pot and the snail. I think we'll do it that way. So we'll leave that. We'll leave that for today, and that will be me. Just because I want to keep these I don't want to make them all really long. We've got a really long one coming up soon with this one. It's huge. So I thought if I vary the length a little bit, it means if you've haven't got much time, you can watch this one. If you've got a bit more time, you can watch the other one, because I'm assuming you don't always watch them as they come out. Some people do, I know, and that's really lovely of you, but other people, I know when they've got time, they have a little watch, so sometimes a shorter one might be handy. But so I will stop talking, or else it would end up being a longer one. So thank you so much for watching. Do tune in for the next one, and I hope you have a really lovely day, and happy colouring.